50-year-olds and even 60s, why they think they old.
Yeah.
Quit acting old. Don't act old.
Exactly.
The only people that think you old are your children.
That's a good point.
I'm 80. My life has just started as far as I'm concerned.
I was recently joined by the creator of the YouTube channel Senior Hiker 77. He started a backpacking and hiking adventure in his 70s and now is doing all sorts of amazing things and sharing it on YouTube. And so I just want to share our conversation because it is inspiring and motivating to those that you can learn new things and you can start new adventures at any age. Take a look. Okay, hello. I am so excited to be joined with a special guest who has an amazing story and is doing amazing things. And so for those of you that don't know, my name is Alyssa. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and a founder of Keep the Adventure Alive, where we are promoting adventure at any age, and especially if you have arthritis, adventure is possible, and we are out there trying to prove that. And I am here with Senior Hiker 77, who is an amazing person, and like I said, is doing all sorts of amazing, amazing things. So I just want you to go ahead and just tell us a little bit about you, and then we'll kind of dive into your story.
All righty. Yeah, I never hiked, never backpacked, never stayed in the woods until I was 72 years old.
That's so cool.
And I backed into hiking by accident because I was, a few years ago, there was a TV show called Doomsday Preppers.
Okay.
Have you familiar with that?
I feel like I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Anyway, it was people preparing for the Big Bang or whatever, the water, the electricity would be off and things they put aside. So anyway, it got me thinking about how I would get home. I work 40 miles away from my house. How would I get home if what they call the pulse, the magnetic pulse, and knocks out all electricity cars, and I'm gonna have to walk 40 miles. So that's how I really backed into it that way, thinking I need to get a backpack, and I don't know how to make a fire without a match.
Yeah.
And from 72 to 77, 5 years, I hiked all around up in North Carolina and North Georgia, up on the Appalachian Trail, Blood Mountain, many, many places. But I didn't know anything about YouTube. I thought you had to buy your channel. I didn't know. By accident, I found out all you had to do was click on that little circle, and anyway, so that's how I got into it. And I was 77 by I found out that.
Okay.
So see, I'm 80 now, of course. That was when I was 77. Of course, I don't want to change my channel name.
Yeah. And I think you should definitely keep it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep it 77. But that's how I got into the YouTube thing. And I remember doing the video, and then I said, I need that. How do you edit this stuff? Then I got into editing, and actually that was the motivating factor, was to learn new skills, new things. And little videos, I make them, try to make them 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And how to edit and move stuff around. And it's amazing what you learn, because now if I watch TV, which I don't do much of that anymore, but if you do, you see how, hey, they use those same techniques in commercials. Isn't that amazing?
Exactly. So what made you to kind of start even just taking the videos?
Well, I don't know. After I got out there and I started watching YouTube channels and people, and I'm thinking, well, how do they get them? They just ordinary people. But then I started doing it, and just by chance, just kept expanding.
Okay. That's awesome. Because I'm sure that you've probably been on some amazing hikes and amazing journeys. What have you found to be your favorite hike or your favorite kind of destination to go hiking or backpacking?
Well, now at 80, what it boils down to now, I'm going tomorrow. Every Friday night, I go with my brother-in-law, and we go spend the night at a campsite in the woods.
Nice.
And actually Pine Mountain Trail in Georgia. It's a 0 to 23 mile trail with 27 campsites. So we pick a different campsite every weekend. But to me now, Of course, he's younger than me. He's a teenager. He's only 50.
Okay. I love it. I
So
love it.
yeah, so he's a teenager to me. But anyway, go to a different campsite. But my at 80 now, my goal is not so much the hiking,
Mhm.
because that's fairly easy to do. You just put one foot in front of the other.
Exactly.
You know, if you it don't see it, I'm not crushing miles like these teenagers do, doing 15, 20 miles a day, but just one foot in front of the other, and it doesn't, and I'm my own pace until you get to your destination. And
Absolutely.
that's my deal now, getting to the destination, setting up the little camp, setting up your tent and your sleeping system, hanging your bear bag, going and get your water. And, you know, and then I'll get in the tent and take a nap.
Yeah.
'Cause there's two things old people can do. We can nap at any time, and we can piss at any time.
Yes, absolutely. No, that's great. Where's your favorite
Or
place?
I should say, can take a leak at any time. Okay.
Hey, either one will work. Either one will
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, we all adults. What the heck?
Exactly. So what is your then favorite place to camp or to go to?
That's the Pine Mountain Trail, and we have our favorite campsites we like to go to.
Okay.
We like to
Okay.
go to one that's got water relatively close,
Yes.
because after you do a 5 mile hike, you don't want to have to not hike another mile to get water. You know, we like it to be at a stream right close to the
Right.
campsite. But
Yeah.
that's right now. No, the only reason that's our favorite is we see, I live on the south side of Atlanta.
Okay.
Okay, actually, halfway between Atlanta and Macon, and we don't have to go through the Atlanta traffic. Oh my God. Where's your location?
So I'm in close to Salt Lake City, Utah.
Well, you don't have a traffic problem there, do you?
Not
Boy,
really, and it's
it
awesome.
is so unbearable to
I
go
can
through Atlanta
imagine.
nowadays. It's not good. But
I can
anyway, all
imagine.
righty, what you got next?
Okay, so I know that you've been kind of perfecting your hiking and camping and all these things. So kind of what are your maybe like top 3 tools that you make sure that you have with you and that kind of make things easier for you, or just kind of the top 3 things that you make sure you have?
Well, you always adjusting your gear. You're always looking for lighter gear, and that's to get light. It means money.
Yeah.
If you want to know the truth about it, I'll give you an example. When I first got into this, I went to REI. You know what that is, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Went to REI, and I was wanting a coffee cup. Uh, they had an aluminum cup there. They wanted like $7.95, and I said that's ridiculous. Then and then next to it was a titanium one. They wanted $29. I said, what fool buys this kind of stuff, right? I said, I can get a coffee cup from Walmart for 69 cents.
Exactly.
Well, but guess who that fool ended up being? Me.
Definitely you.
So you try to get light as you can, as best as you can afford. But of course, if you're these young guys, they what we call pack mules. The weight don't bother them. But when you get up in the 80s, the weight is going to matter. Anything over 25, 30, that's about what my pack weighs, 25 to 30 pounds in the
Okay.
wintertime.
Okay.
Summertime, somewhat less. But in the top 3 things would be, you got to have a shelter,
Okay.
your sleep system, and what's the third thing? Shelter, sleep system, and that includes your pillow and your blow up mat or whatever you're going to use.
Yes.
And what's the third thing? It don't come to mind right now. Oh, your backpack. That's the 3 major things.
Okay. So what backpack are you currently using?
I'm using, well, I've been through all of them, if you want to, over the years, but it ended up, as I got older, I ended up with Z-Packs Arc
Okay.
Haul, if you're familiar with that one.
I am not, but
Z-Packs.
Okay.
It's only like a pound and a few
wow.
ounces.
Okay.
Whereas the Osprey that I had was like a 4-pound bag. So but see, that was $300 bag, just the bag itself. Then you've got to put your pockets and the thing for your water and your bear spray. You add all that up, being a $400 bag. But in the long run, honestly, it'll save you money if you do it up front. So
Yeah.
you can't cheap it out. You can until you can do better, which I did.
Exactly. And I feel like, I mean, the less weight that you have, I feel like just the easier it's going to be. We don't do a ton of like backpacking or anything. So we just typically go on, just a day hike and then come back. And so we're still kind of trying to figure out kind of the best things to use. And we went camping for the first time last year. And
Overnight camping.
yes.
Yeah, and
But
that's
it was
fun.
car camping. So we drove up
Oh,
to the
oh,
campsite and so we cheated
oh,
a little bit.
yeah, that is, yeah. Well, they have now. That's true. Out in the what I do is out in the primitive area where the bathroom is out there,
Yes.
and I tell you the truth though, if you hike with a group, which I just recently come off a collaboration hike on Cumberland Island, Georgia, with 5 other YouTubers.
Yeah.
But women and men. But out in the woods, honestly, after a day or two, there's no privacy. There's no. Everybody goes to the bathroom. What the heck?
Exactly.
I mean, it's no big deal.
Right. Exactly.
But you have to experience that. But you said something, that day hike. The first thing I did was a day hike, and I did want to tell you about it, because
Okay.
it wasn't a long hike. But Mike, my brother-in-law, I've been knowing him since he was 17. He's 51 now. Anyway, I've been married to his sister. But
Okay.
anyway, on the day hike, I remember the first time I did good. It made me huff and puff. And then that time we used to go in one car. And after the hike, we was about 45-minute ride, and I want to stop at McDonald's and get some lunch. And when if you don't know, if you hike like that and then sit down for 45 minutes, when you get out, you better be careful. You're going to fall down. Anyway, that first hike, I swear, I knew my age.
Yes.
After that first hike.
Okay.
But anyway, it gets better. It gets better as you go on.
Yeah. I mean, do you do anything like make sure you do anything like in the car or anything or
Never did no exercise in my life. Never did any, never had. I was a worker bee, worked all my life. I'm still a full-time job. My wife just let me off to do this Zoom call. Because see, I was coming early because I had some work to do, but I do a full-time job. In fact, we leave the house like 7:30 and we won't get home to 7:30.
Wow. Good for
Still
you.
doing it.
Yeah.
But I'm in a situation where it's no pressure. She owns the business now. She runs the business. So it's really kind of like playtime for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
You just
no
get to hang
pressure.
out and
I can watch YouTube, and I can watch Dr. Alicia's channel.
Yes, absolutely. So what did you like grow up doing for work?
I retired from AT&T International.
Okay.
And that's what I did for my work. I was with them for a number of years before I retired.
Okay. Okay. And so not really a big exerciser or anything.
Nope.
Okay.
No, I stayed dedicated and focused on my job. I didn't let nothing influence me, no negative influence, because I'd have guys say, "Oh, gee, you should have got that promotion." I said, "Look, I'm being paid for what I do. I like what I'm doing. Shut up. Go about your business."
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, I made my positions. They came when they were supposed to, things like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. All right. So have you ever had like any aches or pains or anything?
Hey, at 80, you always got that, but not really, not
Well, it doesn't
really.
seem like it limits you. So
No, but I don't think I ever took any medicines in my life.
okay.
Never, I've never had an aspirin in my life. How about that?
Interesting.
But
Okay.
I did have, when I was a kidney stone, and I had to go under for that because they couldn't bust. They went in for it.
Yeah. Okay. Like a laser or something?
No, they went in.
Oh, actually
The
went in.
little,
Okay.
the way actually went in with a little through the little hole. But I was asleep. I didn't know.
Right, right. Okay. So you had to take some medication for that, but
Well, if you go under their care, you have to follow the instructions. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. But
So
that's kind of really been your only kind of health thing?
yep.
That's really awesome. So what's
But
your secret?
secret is marry a young woman.
She keeps you
And
going?
well, what I mean by that, not, she's just, I think we're just 20 years apart, but
Okay.
I married for the second time at 44.
Okay.
And I think she was 24.
Okay.
But we've been married now 36 years. But what I mean by that was they'll keep you young this way. Like the other day, we was getting ready to go to work, and she was always late coming out the house, right? So I was around I was bunked over pulling weeds out my little garden where I keep my 4 o'clocks. You're not old enough to know what 4 o'clocks are,
What are
right?
they? No.
They flowers. Well, you Google 4 o'clocks.
Okay.
It's just old tiny flower. They're very pretty and
Okay.
they're
Okay.
easy to raise. But anyway, so I was weeding around to make sure, that no weeds were there. I like to do that. And I was bunked over for about 5 minutes, and then she came out the house. So I went to get up, and of course I had to duck walk about five. I had to duck walk 5 feet to get straightened up. And she
Yeah.
said, "Oh no, you can't walk like that anymore."
Yeah.
She said, "You look your age. Don't walk like that no more." Humped over, duck walking. Oh my God. So that's what I
Exactly.
mean. Yeah. So I can't duck walk anymore.
So she stays on you about it.
No, on that day she did. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Does she hike with you or go on any of
No,
your adventures?
no.
No.
She went once or twice, but she's focused on the business, and she's Korean, so she likes her Friday nights too by herself. She watches all the soap operas
Yeah.
and the things she shows she wants to watch. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's her time too.
yeah, she just give me this.
Okay.
Close the door.
So, what is kind of your main kind of message to give to someone that's maybe in their 70s, 80s, even 60s, and are maybe feeling their age? What is kind of one thing or a couple of things to kind of get them moving and get them
Well,
motivated?
I don't know why, but these 50-year-olds and even 60s, why they think they old.
Yeah,
Quit acting old. Don't act old. The only
exactly.
people that think you old are your children.
That's a good point.
I'm 80. My life has just started as far as I'm concerned. I'm learning things and doing things. It's just started. Come on, you can't tell me I'm old.
Exactly. I mean, you're
Uh,
kind of out there proving that. I mean, you started a YouTube channel at 77 and are giving me advice in the beginning and giving me things to look at because you know more than I do. And I mean, I think that's awesome. I mean, just kind of taking on new hobbies, new things. And I think that that can
keep
be
you
really
you
inspiring.
got to keep yourself interested in something. There's always something out there to learn, fun things, and you can get enthused and excited about it. I've watched your channel. You all excited about what you do. You know what I mean? And that's part of it, being excited
Yeah.
about what you're doing. And if you don't, go find something else to do, and be careful who's influencing you too.
Yeah.
I don't know why these 50s, they just want to be old for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why they want to be old. One of my YouTube friends he started his channel, and his as the crow flies hiking, and he's only in his 50s. He's a lawyer in Alabama, but he calls himself Old Crow and stuff like that. And he's huffing and puffing. I said, why do you act so old? I
Yeah.
see you huffing and puffing. We all huff and puff, but I'm not blaming it on age.
Yes. And
Just put
I
one.
think that that mindset is awesome. I mean,
But they all want to be old for some reason, and that's the way it is. I'm thinking about opening up another channel called Senior Life Coach.
okay.
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, I mean, I think you got it handled.
My sister is the one, she says I should do that. She said, but I'm not interested in that. Really,
Right,
that's
right.
not my calling.
Exactly.
But I've helped a lot of people. Tony fell down. I fell down. I said, get up, Tony. You only 60. Get up. Quit
Yeah.
acting so old, stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, he got a ponytail, everything. I'm thinking, you're pretty hip. Come
Yeah.
on, man. So, but anyway, ever since then, he quit acting old. He sure did.
And I'm sure that, like you said, I mean, I'm sure that you've helped a lot of people. I mean, even just getting out there and putting yourself out there and, showing people what's possible at 80, and it doesn't look like you're stopping anytime soon. So
No time soon. but surprisingly, I never thought of my age. It's just people like you and my subscribers keep mentioning this about age, and they say they make comments like, "Oh, I guess it's still a chance for me," and whatever. I never thought much about it, but lately, all these comments are making me think about it for some
Yeah.
reason. But I don't think like I say, I'm waiting to start my life.
Yeah, and I no, I think that's awesome. And like you said, I think a lot of people think that it limits them, and a lot of people like dictate their actions on their age, and they want to feel they are feeling old and things like that. But that's why I think just inspiring just with all of these, your life doesn't have to stop at because you're 60 or 70. I mean, you can still learn new things, you can still do new things and keep life interesting. And I think that's awesome.
But you got to have a support system. Fortunately, my second marriage, it worked out wonderful for me.
Yeah.
But you can't have somebody that's either jealous of your position, like my
Yeah.
wife is happy. And of course, I got enough subscribers. I'm an Amazon associate.
Yeah.
When you get five, I don't know, are you?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So you can do that. Plus, I monetize my channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yesterday, let's see, on the 20, oh, I done changed the calendar, but March the 29th, I got $47
Hey,
from
there
Amazon
you go.
Associates, people that use my link to buy stuff. But
Yeah.
and what it does, it helps buy these little knickknack things that I actually do videos on, reviews.
Yeah.
So, it's not a big, it's like a piggy bank. You ain't getting rich. I'm not, but there are people that make a living from YouTube, but
Yeah.
I'm not one of them.
Right. Right. So it's just kind of play money sort of thing.
Yeah. My wife said, "You're not doing it for money," and that's right. I'm not, but it really is
It
cute to
helps
find
though.
$47 in your account. Now I can go buy something that I can review. You
Yeah.
know,
You buy something
why
fun
not? So
and
see,
yeah.
all that works.
Yeah. And so you review a lot of, I watched a few of your videos. You review a lot of products and things that can be really helpful for people. And then, so I will put a link to your channel down below so people can check that out and kind of see your adventures. Um,
Yeah, well, I appreciate that,
yeah.
Alyssa.
Yeah. Do you have any parting words for us?
No, just don't act old.
I appreciate that.
It's the old cliche. It's just a number. I hate to say it, but honestly, it is just a
Yeah.
number. Mhm.
I totally agree, and I think that that's awesome, and keep doing what you're doing because it's amazing.
Well,
And
I'll
thank
be
you so much for
okay.
hopping on and sharing kind of your story. And I'll put the link to your channel below so people can go check that out. And thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for inviting me to the Zoom meeting.
Absolutely, absolutely. Take care. Okay.
Okay. Talk to
Bye.
you later. All right. Bye bye.